the echo. Hi, everybody. Michael and I are going to try to be on one screen here since we're both going to ask some questions. First of all, thank you all for playing and for being here today on World Goth Day. We know there were a lot of shows today. We tried to see as many as we could, and we know some of you had multiple shows today. So we really appreciate you coming and sticking around for Q&A. We're going to start in order. So we'll start with the city gates. You know, I've been a big fan for a while. I've been talking to you about even coming to Boston to play a show pre-pandemic. So it's so fun to have you here today on even a virtual show. And I know that you have an album coming out next month and it's a big deal. Can you tell us about it? Oh, you're muted. Let's see if we can get you unmuted.
Okay, now try it.
Want to try again with the answer? Oh, they're unmuting everyone. So again, you know, we'll tell you a little bit about Dark Spring while we unmute everyone, because we've had what, like 10 virtual shows over the last year, and we've had an incredible array of bands because we've been able to do this and bring bands from all over the world together on one incredible bill at a time, which has been so fun. But we're starting to shift back, hoping for the best and moving towards some in-person shows starting in the summer and beyond. We've got a few really cool things booked, which we'll be announcing soon. And for all you bands, if you're looking for a Boston show, please be in touch. We'd be happy to help you come here and play. But do we have the city gates? Are you unmuted now? Gosh, let's see about, maybe we can move on to Yama Uba. Akiko, are you unmuted?
Am I?
Can we hear you?
Can you?
You are. We'll come back to city gates. So okay. We'll start with Yama Uba question, and we'll come back and see if we can get the unmuting done. But okay. Along the same lines, we know you have a 7-inch coming out soon. Can you tell us, give us an update on that?
Yeah, well, we had been, should I be completely honest? I didn't get my unemployment. You know how everybody their unemployment messed up for like a little while. So I was like waiting, and yeah, finally got the government figured their stuff out. So we sent in all of that to the people who are pressing it, and that was really the main thing. And it's being mixed right now by Charlie Vela, who also mixed and recorded Twin Tribes, and we're pretty excited. And also our friend Nordia is doing one of the so there's going to be there's going to be a 7-inch, and then there's going to be a limited edition with another clear 7-inch. Nice. And that track is being mastered and mixed by our friend Nordia, who also runs Graveyard Death Cult on Twitch. And so we're really excited to be working with basically all of our favorite producers to put out, just something small. We've only started playing since November together, so we don't quite have an album's worth yet, but in the meantime we'd like to get out this like little 7-inch set.
Amazing. It sounds so cool.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. Yeah.
So I understand that you guys are continuing to write songs, but you have different projects. You have you're at least 2 different projects each.
Several projects. Yeah.
Yeah. So the question is, like, when you're writing songs, is it the song coming first and you're kind of like, this would be good for Otzi, this would be good for Yama Uba, or are you writing specifically for Yama Uba?
I think
You know what I mean?
together, and maybe Winter you can add too, but I think that when we're together, we're writing specifically Yama Uba.
Right.
You know, Winter even the other day was like, well, you have any leftover bass lines, you know, from OT? And I'm like, you know, the bass lines are like a dime a dozen. You can just like, ba-da-da-da-da-da, you know, that's a bass line, but it's not really about the bass line or the guitar line or about like any of that stuff, or if it's like a digital drum set or if it's our live drummer, you know, it's really more about like the concept of the song that comes through in each project. And I think Winter's other main project, Mystic Priestess, where I feel like she's one of the main songwriters, like it's never going to be confused with an Otzi song or a Yama Uba song. You know, it basically sounds like Death Rock Judas Priest. You know what I mean? So like when that comes out, that's a Mystic Priestess song, and she knows it. You know, and I think the same with every project. You know, I think all of us always start from the concept and what we're trying to get across to the audience.
Right on. Speaking of Mystic Priestess, I was just watching the set from DJ Baby Berlin's
We were late.
stream.
We were late for this stream because we were watching the Mr. Stream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same.
Oh, thank
It
you.
was so
So
cool.
Winter, I have to ask about your guitar. That's an incredible looking guitar with the bat inlays.
Yeah,
Can you tell us about the guitar?
it's a PRS guitar. It's actually a custom signature model from the guitar player of Cradle of Filth.
Oh, nice.
So it's like it's like a 90s new metal you know, guitar player who, like, I'm not like a huge Cradle of Filth fan. Like their first couple albums were good, but yeah, I love that it's all purple and it has bat inlays. Like I couldn't think of a cooler way to customize a guitar. So
Yeah, I love
it's
it.
amazing. It was so cool. Let's see. City Gates, are you unmuted now? Let's try again. Do you unmute yourself?
Working?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
We've got
sorry about
you.
that. I don't know what
Yay.
happened with the, you know.
No, it's great.
So what was the
So-
question again?
We want to know about your album coming out next month because we know that it's coming out in June, right?
Yeah. So we're gonna release a new album on June 9th on our on the imprint record. You know, we have myself and Francois, who's in the you know the Zoom session. We have a label called Villarreal Records, and we're gonna release it in collaboration with you know Icicle Records. So the album's titled Age of Resilience. So it's work with you know what's happening for a few years now. You know,
Mhm.
so we can wait to release that album. I think we're pretty excited about that. You know, it's 11
And you
track.
know,
So
some of the tracks today were from the album, right?
yeah, exactly. So there was
Awesome.
that German song in it,
Mhm.
Siegfried 1969. So I've got some German ancestors. So I always wanted to try one song in German. So we did that song with our friend from Vlimmer and Hole from German,
Mhm.
from you know Blackjack Illuminous Records. So Alexander is an amazing guy, and the other songs was previously unreleased. It was the first time that we play those songs, you know. And you know, in Montreal, we are all we have the you know it's pretty hard to see each other, so to rehearse. So it was amazing to do it. It was fun to play again, you know.
We were lucky to get you. And everyone was so impressed with how neat and tidy your practice space is.
Yeah.
Very impressive.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot.
Did you?
Was it cleaned up just for the shot, or is that how
Yeah.
it normally is?
No, maybe yeah. Yeah, maybe
so-
because it was a year that we didn't rehearse at that place, so maybe it's part of the plan, you know.
So yeah, so there's a pretty impressive arsenal of pedals. I'm seeing the
Yeah.
guitar thing. So as a fellow guitarist who like loves his pedals, I mean, what would be the one? Here's a question: what would be the one pedal or piece of gear that you would absolutely like refuse to go on stage without?
Good question. I hesitated between two. Can I say two pedals or just one? You know?
Okay, you could say two.
Well, because I mean,
I think my chorus C3, Boss C3, it's pretty. I really like that pedal. If I have one, maybe it's this one, but not sure about that. You know, we love reverb too, so
yeah, exactly, right.
Part of the plan, you know. Yeah, but one pedal, yeah, maybe this one. I don't know. I'm sure I'm gonna say something else in the hour, you know, but
no, I'm pretty much on
Send
the same boat as you. It's like the reverb unit from the amp,
and we
like,
like fuzz, you know, so it's kind of hard. Yeah, good question. I like that one.
All right, let's check with Jason and ask him. Now, we did have a question from the audience for Jason, and that was, what is your favorite food? So we're gonna start there. Are you unmuted? Oh, you're muted, I think. Okay.
He doesn't want to answer that question.
Oh, he doesn't want.
Here. How are we now?
Oh, here he is. Okay, good.
I'm
Here
here.
he is.
I just had to make some settings, some changes. Favorite food I think it changes a lot. I don't even know how to answer that. I don't know.
You know it's nachos.
I'm vegetarian. I've been vegetarian since I was 17. So
There's lots of vegetarian nachos.
there's something.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want
This is
to.
the hardest question all night.
It is. It is. I don't want to be like that. I don't want to give the sort of requisite answer of like pizza or something like that.
I
right?
know, because then you're like the guy who thinks that his personality is pizza.
I know, and it's like
that way.
no, I'm not pizza. I'm not pizza
Okay.
at all. Yeah, I don't know. It just changes. I've been really into Beyond Burgers recently.
Oh yeah,
oh yeah.
big
go.
hit of our house for sure.
There we go.
Yeah.
You like Beyond better than Impossible?
Yeah.
Sizzling controversial question.
Well, yeah, okay, so yeah, sizzling. I
No,
like that,
really.
right? That's
Oh,
like the funny innuendo.
It's all
So-
about the fake blood.
Right.
Well, okay, so here's a funny story. I might not have a
beetroot
favorite
blood.
food, but I can share a funny story. So Sandy and I were at a restaurant. There's Sandy. We were at a restaurant, maybe a year ago, and I was like, they have it it was before the Beyond and Impossible burgers were really big and stuff. Anyway, so I got one of their veggie burgers. And they didn't brand it. They just said it was their veggie burger, and I bit into it. It tasted like really, and I haven't eaten meat since I was 17, and which is like decades ago. And there was red in it, which stained the burger, which I found out was beet juice, but it really upset me. And I was like, but it was like, I was like, this is kind of fucked up. Can I say that? But I was just like, it tastes like meat, but I don't think it is. And then they told me what it was. And it was, I can't remember if it was an Impossible or one of those, but it was really good. And so that just got me kind of hooked on those.
I am in.
What happened?
I don't know.
What was that?
But then it happened. So yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
so there it is. So maybe I like those. Yeah, I like those. I don't have it's whatever's. I like the Impossible. I like Beyond. I think Beyond might be my favorite one though.
All right.
Because Beyond's the bloody one.
Yeah.
The fake bloody one.
But when I cook it, I don't get any of that. I don't get the experience that I had in the restaurant with the fake blood. So
It's all about the fake blood.
that's really funny.
But we also do want to know about your music, and you have a long history, and tons of, we don't even know where to start with you. So you just come on and sort of fangirl about how much I love your music, but I think we'll ask coming up next. What are you working on? When can we expect something new?
You can expect a
Are you
new
working
album.
on it?
Well, you can expect a new album hopefully by the end of the summer, early fall. It's actually at the plant now. It's going to be released with Eins Oct. that I did a split with a couple years ago with Silent Signals. It was on 1, but yeah, the new record's called Shadow and Reflection, and it'll be out on limited edition vinyl, CD, and then I'm actually planning a limited edition VHS album version also. So there'll be like a full video album of it as well. But yeah, that'll be out late summer, early fall. It's at the plant this week. It just got sent, so that will be out, which I'm really excited about. And yeah, and I'm going to be starting to work on the follow-up this summer, because that's when
Amazing.
that's really, because I teach full time.
Yeah.
I'm a professor, so that's usually when I try to just get as much done as I can.
In the summer.
Stuff. Yeah.
That makes
That's
sense.
usually the time that I can unplug and just really focus in the studio. So yeah, I'm hoping to, so the new album, which is at this point, which is crazy because the pandemic screwed a lot of stuff up, is probably close to 1.5 years old at this point. So I'm so
Wow.
over that material, as you can imagine. But yeah, so that'll be out, and then I'd like to maybe have an EP that'll follow up the album. Hopefully, maybe in January or so. So
Mhm.
that's what's coming up.
Incredible.
And then,
Nice.
in some live performances. I've gotten booked for a couple physical shows. We'll see where
In
the
person.
at then in the fall.
You
so.
know, and that's my next question. I'm going to open it up to everybody that wants to answer, but we'll start with you, Jason, since you said that. We are starting to see some in-person shows get booked. We couldn't be more excited. I've loved the virtual show. So many things that I would not have known about otherwise if we didn't have these shows, but it's also left me with a long list of bands I can't wait to see in person this year. So Jason, are there any bands in particular you're excited to see in person this year?
Oh Lord, yeah. I want to see Yama Uba like really bad. Although I did play a show with Akiko, which
Hi,
was
Kiko.
and there's Sam.
Hi, we want to play with you too. It's
I
been
know.
a minute.
Well,
Yeah.
it's
Come to
funny 'cause
Boston and play
I-
here. Play. You
Let's
both.
do
I would
that.
love to
Let's
come up to
go.
Boston.
We'll do
I'd love
it.
to come
Yeah.
up to Boston. I
Yeah.
mean, that's the great thing. I gotta say is, as awful as the pandemic was, and as much just stress and just, weight that it put on the world and everybody, the silver lining has just been, I've met so many amazing performers, and I've seen so many bands, and have met so many amazing promoters. And it just seems like it's really made the community a little closer and more tight knit. So, to be able to actually get out and physically meet people and play with people as a result of this, I think it's just, I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah,
That,
it's going to be amazing.
Yeah, there's just, I didn't even want to call any bands out per se, because there's been so many bands that I've loved to play with, that I've seen, and I don't want to prioritize any, but I really want to play with Akiko again, because we played a show in Modesto with.
We
Tuxedo
agreed to
Head.
play already, and then
I know we did, so it'll happen. It'll happen.
Yeah. Well, it just did, right? But
I know,
yeah,
but
again,
you know
also.
what's just funny? It's just telling
in
Sam, I
Boston.
says, you and I've played, we've played more shows now virtually.
I know.
Really funny. So, but yeah, so that's my answer.
And I like that, that we don't need to prioritize bands, but I do think there's just this incredible feeling about getting to see all these bands because the community has gotten so close, and our global community feels local now. So it feels like, now we'll get out and see everybody again. It's going to be incredible. So maybe we'll end with that. And we'll also end with, come to Boston. Let us know if you want to play here, and
We
I do.
definitely do.
I
Yeah.
do. So
That'd be
there's
great.
my answers.
Yeah, perfect. Then I'll be in touch with you all.
Great,
Yeah,
great.
we do
Looking
too.
forward to it. Yeah.
Yeah, and seriously, thanks so much for all the effort. I know it takes a lot to put these shows together for the bands, and these videos were beautiful. Such a great show. And of course, thanks to Once, as always, for hosting us. This is, I think, our 10th virtual show since the pandemic started. They've all been on the OVV, and it's been a lifeline for us. So thank you so much.
Yeah, and thanks for hanging out.
Thanks for
in
hanging
this
out.
busy
Jenny.
Oh, this is great.
day
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
everything else that's going on.
Well, happy World Goth Day, and
Happy
thank you
World
for
Goth Day.
having this. And I've been interested in like Dark Spring Boston for like a long time, so it's really cool. I mean, it's not cool that there's a global pandemic, but it's cool
Yeah.
to meet you.
Thank you. And we're
Yeah.
starting to work on the 2022 festival
Cool.
Cool.
because we are
Yeah.
Dark Spring Boston. So there's a lot about that coming up. But in the meantime, we're booking some small in-person shows, a couple other
Cool.
things going on, but the big festival is starting to gear up too. So stay tuned.
Looking
There's
forward to
more
it.
from us.
Awesome.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Bye,
It was a
everybody.
great
So
night.
much.
Well, bye, Kiko.
was
Bye,
such fun.
Nicole.
Bye.
Bye,
Bye,
everyone.
Lavinia.
Bye,
Bye,
everybody.
Soulmates.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, OVV. Thank you so much for hosting.
Bye once.
Bye.